beautiful people, I am Riley, this is my room, and this is my channel that you've stumbled on somehow. So welcome to my very first podcast. I know I kind of look a mess today, but I don't have any other time to film this podcast, so I can post it in the beginning of September. This is my August podcast, if anyone's finding this many years in the future. August 2021. Yeah, so today I want to talk about all of the crochet and some knit projects that I've made and are making / plan to make, because I've been watching so many crochet and knit podcasts and I literally love them so much that I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make one. I know I don't do crochet crochet content normally, but I don't care. I'm gonna make a crochet podcast. So this is something I'm going to start doing every single month. I also plan on posting some crochet videos coming up, like crochet with me's and things like that, because I love crocheting and I don't know why I never thought about making crochet content on YouTube, because I've been crocheting since I was like 8, so I've been crocheting for like 10 years because I'm 18 now, and I never thought, oh, I should post about that on YouTube because I like it. I just thought that no one else liked it, so like what would be the point? But now a lot of people do like it, so well, it's becoming more popular, so I thought I'd spread my love for it as well. So I'm gonna start by talking about my whips, which is my work in progresses. If this is like your first ever podcast, or your first ever dip into crochet / knit. Oh, also, this video is going to be very unedited, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit, like, jumpy / like I talk a lot, or, like, I slur a little bit, not like slur like the words, like slur my words, like, together. Yeah, if there's anything like that, I'm sorry. I am obviously just a person, and it's difficult to, like, know exactly what I'm gonna say, so yeah. But I'm gonna try my best to make it not really, like, awkward and, like, for ages, so that you're not sitting there just like thinking what the heck is happening here. Anyway, I'm going to start with the first whip that is almost a finished object, because I basically did finish it. It's just that I want to add something else to it. So this is a top that I've made. It's oh, and also everything I've made is crocheted except if I say it's knitted, because I mostly crochet. So yeah, this is a top that I made, and it's using this like really like velvety yarn, which you can't find very much in the UK, like in stores. You can order it online, but I don't really order yarn online, so I don't see it very often. And I got this from B&M, and it was £2.50, and I knit. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. I crocheted the whole top bralette with the one skein, which was like 100 grams. Anyway, so this is done. Like, it is done. It's got like a little corset back. It's very nice. It is done. But I wanted to add on one of these little charms, and I got these charms from the Works. They were £1, and I think I want to add one of these like light pink ones onto it. So yeah, it's basically finished. Like, if I was going to wear this like this, it would be a finished object, but I don't. I want to add this on because I think it's a little bit more fun that way, because it's all one colour, and like, I love white, but you know. So the next project that I have currently is one that I actually haven't touched this like whole month pretty much, but I wanted to talk about because I do want to start working on it again soon. So it is this failed basket. So it was supposed to be like a laundry basket type of thing. It was, well, a small laundry basket, because I'm moving to university midway through September, so I wanted to crochet myself some little laundry baskets so that it would be like enough for one load for one person. But it turned out a little bit too small, so it wouldn't be like that. So that was one way it was failed. But also it was failed because it's very like floppy, but I thought it would hold a little bit more strength because I'm crocheting it with some just like regular like string, like stationary string, which I got from Home Bargains, I believe. Not that you're wanting to crochet with string, but yeah, this is, I've used 6 little balls so far, 5.5, there's another one in here, but 5.5 of the balls so far, and this is what I've got. Because it's not really working as a basket, I think that I'm just gonna add some sort of like part so that I can scrunch it all together, and I'm gonna make it into maybe like a drawstring backpack, because I think that kind of looks like a backpack, you know, like one of those ones that are like the string is basically the sleeves, not sleeves, what are they called, the shoulder straps, or I'll add a separate string for the pole. But yeah, I think that that would look kind of nice. I'll maybe see if I can find a video on those or something, but yeah, this is what this is looking like. Hopefully I will have this finished. Actually no, I'm not going to promise I'll have that finished. This one I'll definitely have finished by next podcast. I might not even show it because it will be so similar to what it looked like when I made it, that when I showed it here, I mean, so there wouldn't be really a point. So the next thing I want to show the ball has fallen, so I'm just going to grab it. The next thing I've made is, well, not made, I'm making, is this, the hook just fell completely out of the skein, the cake, sorry. The falling apart cake, because I took this on holiday, so it was in my bag and like has been kind of chucked around a bit, so it's a little bit falling apart, but it's okay, we don't mind. So this is this is a long rectangle right now, but it's going to be a underboob corset, which corset, like I want it to corset in the front, and then it will have like straps. So this is the wraparound is done. I just need to add the string that corsets up, and also corsets down, and also the straps. So this is very nearly done. I have neglected this for a little bit as well. I went on holiday at the end of July, and I came back in the beginning of August, and I haven't touched this since then, because I just came back from holiday and I like just went back to all of my other projects and started a few new projects and things like that. So that's one that I've got on the go. And then this is my biggest project that I have on the go. So it's got its own box. When I make a big project, I give it their own like box like this, but currently the rest of my boxes like this are just holding yarn up there, if you can see them. But yeah, if it's a big project like this, I will give it its own box. This cardigan, I crocheted this, I finished this in July, but I crocheted this and it got its own box. Things like that, like cardigans and jumpers and stuff, get their own boxes. Otherwise they usually get like mid-sized projects like skirts and small tops get like a bag, and some things like this just don't get a box. They just get put in the general, I have like a box with like general bits and bobs. Oh, I've just realised that my phone has moved slightly so you can see the bottom of my laptop because you're propped up on my laptop, and I'm not sure when that happened. I'm just gonna like, better? Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is a cardigan that I am knitting, why do I keep on saying knitting? I think because I'm so used to seeing in the podcasts they say knit, like because I watch a lot of knitting podcasts. So yeah, this is a crochet cardigan that I'm currently crocheting for my sister, and I'm also going to make one for her baby because she is pregnant and she's due in September, so I really need to get on the baby cardigan. So this is one of the sleeves. I've crocheted both sleeves. Well, I haven't finished the sleeves. I've crocheted the majority of both sleeves. This one still needs about 5 more rows, and this one still needs about, I don't know, like 15, 10. But yeah, they've just got this like light pink cuff, and then it's a grey majority, and this yarn is the softest yarn I've ever worked with, and it's really irritating to crochet, I'm not gonna lie. Everything I use unless I say so, is 100% acrylic, because I don't really have money to buy nice yarns, so I just use 100% acrylic that is usually from like Home Bargains or B&M. They're like 99p balls. Actually no, not B&M, doesn't really sell much anymore, but Home Bargains or the Pound Shop sells some yarns sometimes. Well, it does sell yarns all the time, but some nice ones sometimes. Where else do I buy? Okay, anyway, that doesn't matter. These ones, both of these yarns, the pink and the grey, are both from Home Bargains, and they have this is the label for them. This is obviously not the same colour. Also, editing Rhylie here, this is not a full skein of that yarn. That is only 50 grams of the 100 gram skein that I have caked up, so it is very small. But this is the label for them if you're wondering which ones I'm using. So yeah, and then let me show you the body, which is, I'm so happy because it's almost done. But I don't want to pull apart anything, so I'm just trying to be very careful with how I show you this. So all of the pink is crocheted in a 4.5mm hook. I showed that like you could see it. You don't really need to see it, so I don't know what I'm showing you. And the rest is crocheted in a 5.5mm, because I like my cuffs to be more tightly knit and not like look knit, you know what I mean, like more tightly looking. So I have to crochet them with a smaller hook, but then I like the main body not to be too thick, so I crochet it with a bigger hook. And also it goes faster if you crochet it with a bigger hook. So this is the body. I can't even tell if I'm putting it in camera. This is the body so far. It's got the buttons on it. These buttons are also from Home Bargains, and they are the assorted buttons in the pink. They also sell them in the blue. The buttons actually do have, all of them have like patterns on them, but I just have the buttons facing so that the pattern is inside. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a pattern. Yeah, there we go. So the pattern inside, so they look like plain buttons, and I think it works really nicely. These buttons are really lovely. They're really nice colours. They don't feel super cheap or anything, even though that pack is only 99p, so you get like, I want to say like 54 buttons for 99p, and they're all slightly different. There's like some round ones in different colours, and then hearts and flowers, and I absolutely love them. They're really nice buttons. I've bought the blue and the pink pack, and I'm really hoping they come out with some more colours, like maybe a pack with like black and white would be nice, and grey, because when you're crocheting something and it doesn't have pink or blue in it, it's like, well, what do I use? I'm gonna have to try and buy buttons. So yeah, anyway, that was such a rant about buttons. But yeah, I've just got to crochet now down the other side with and make the buttonholes. So yeah, but it's looking very good, I think. In my opinion, I think it's looking really good. And I'm very happy that it's almost done, because I've been working on this project for so long, and I've actually written down, when I last wrote down how long I've been working on this project, it was 37 hours and 40 minutes. Since then I have worked on it for some more hours, so I don't know what it's at now. It might be 40 something, but well, it is 40 something, but I'm not sure what the something is. It's taken me a long time, so I've worked on this project for 40 hours, and it's just like over the course of like many weeks, but it's just taking so long that I'm just really happy that it's getting to the end, because as much as I love crocheting, crocheting the same thing for many weeks is quite frustrating. And even though I haven't really started, I have started the ribbing of this baby cardigan, but I'm not going to show it to you because it's exactly the same as the ribbing for the adult one, because it's going to be the same colours. But this is the base of the cardigan that I'm going to be using, that I'm going to be making. This is the base I'm using. So I'm making I think this is a 0 to 3 months, yeah, cardigan with a hood, and it's going to have rabbit ears, not bear ears, but yeah. I will hopefully have that done by next podcast because, well, the baby's due in September, so I want to make sure that it's here for when Sylvia arrives. So I have 2 more whips. Do you know, honestly, I thought I had so many whips when I was writing down like my notes for the podcast. This is my notes for my podcast. When I was writing down my notes, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have so few finished things and I'm gonna have so many whips and it's just gonna be so bad. Everyone's gonna be like, gosh, she doesn't even finish stuff. But I actually have quite a lot of finished objects this month, and I also don't have as many whips as I thought. I really thought I was like overloaded with so many different things, but a lot of these I haven't even done that much this month, and I've mainly worked on the grey cardigan, but it's still, I don't feel like I have as many as I thought. Okay, so this is the last crochet whip, and this is a top. So it's got obviously these hearts along the bottom, and then it's got these are half double crochet, half double crochets, and it's gonna be a what's it called, a t-shirt. I don't know why that like completely went from my head. It's gonna be a t-shirt style top. I know I look like I'm so small. Anyway, sorry. I just felt like I looked like so tiny in the screen. I'm sorry if moving about is really annoying you. This is the first time obviously filming this, and I didn't know what would be the best way to show you everything, because I've never had to show stuff like this before. But yeah, so it's going to be a t-shirt where like this part is the bit that covers like, so these will go just below my boob, and it will be like a little crop top. And then this part is what, the rest of it is going to be like, the body is going to be this colour, and then the sleeves, like the shoulder bits, and then also the cuff of the neck is going to be in the dark pink. This is a project that is like related to a finished object that I have, so when I show you the finished object, I want to talk a bit about this project again. And then my final whip is actually a knitting project, because I started knitting this month. I think I already mentioned that. I'm so forgetful. So I am currently knitting. Oh, and these, the yarns I'm using, sorry, I literally just realised I forgot to mention the yarns I'm using for, oh, and I'm using a 7mm hook for that top. The yarns I'm using are, here we go, the Hayfield Bonus DK. In this, one of them is the colour pink, and I don't know what the other one is. So the light one is the colour pink, and then this one is in the colour Cupid. So yeah, that's Hayfield Bonus DKs. If I ever order online, I order from Lovecrafts, and I always order the Hayfield Bonus DKs, because they're affordable and I like them, the way that they feel when I crochet, and I also like the way that they look in projects, but also you can wash them and they come out really nice as well. So because I've washed quite a few of my projects, and I machine wash everything. I actually didn't even realise that you weren't supposed to machine wash some yarns, so I just machine washed everything, and then I realised that I should probably start looking at the labels, and it just happens that all of the yarn I buy is machine washable, so yes, it's because it's the cheap one, so that's probably why. But yeah, this is my knitting project. I don't know, my brain is literally going blank at the weirdest times. It actually looks a bit gross on the screen. Maybe if I show you closer, you'll be able to see that it's like pink and green. The green looks a little bit murky on my phone, and I'm not really sure why. It's this nice like pistachio mint green colour. So I'm using this pink, which I believe is from Home Bargains, but it's really old, so they don't sell it anymore. And then this green is from a shop called Quality Discounts, or QD, and I'm really not sure what, I think it was, I don't know what the brand was, I'm really sorry, but it's just this really nice like fluffy like soft yarn rather than fluffy, actually, because it's actually not very like long bristles or fluff, it's just small ones, so it's really easy to knit and also crochet because I've crocheted it in the past. So yeah, I'm just knitting these. I knit myself a pair of fluffy socks which were really successful. Like, well, they weren't fluffy, they were just thick or slouchy socks, and so I've decided to, you know, knit another pair because they were so easy and very quick. And these ones are going to my aunt-in-law, so because I was going to knit them for myself because I didn't think anybody else would wear like a colourway like this, but she was like, oh, I'd wear those, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll give them to you then, because like I honestly don't need a million pairs of fluffy socks, because these are so quick that I'm probably going to make myself some more in the future anyway. So yeah, I decided I'm going to give those to her, and that is my last whip, I believe. My foot has gone completely dead, so I am going to take a slight break to just bring my foot back to life and to prepare all of my finished objects. So I took a little walk, got my foot back to life, got all of my finished objects here. Well, actually not all of them. So as I mentioned, I knit myself a pair of thick socks, and they are very nice, but they are currently in the wash because I've just worn them. I wore them the other day, so they are being washed. So I can't show you them right now, but I will insert a clip here of what they look like. They were really easy to knit, honestly, and they were really quick as well. I did them in like 2 days, and I was expecting to take a really long time on them because, I mean, they weren't a priority, and also they, I've never knit, so I would thought that knitting took a really long time, and I think knitting does take a really long time, but because they were such a loose knit, it just was really fast. So yeah, those are those socks, and I'm very happy with them. And that's the only knit thing that I have. Everything else is crocheted. The next project is, well, the next finished object is this blanket. It is folded up in quarters. It's a tiny blanket. No, it is still quite small, but this is it. It's using these. Okay. Sorry about the franticness of this. I just feel like I have a lot of things to say about this blanket. Well, not a lot, but the things I have to say aren't very coherent. But I started making this blanket many years ago. Like, I started it, I don't even know how many years ago, like that's how long ago it was. And I just finished it this month. I had already finished crocheting it completely, like many months ago. Like years ago I finished crocheting it, but I hadn't sewn in any of the ends, and it actually had on it a square that I was going to add, like I was going to attach to it to make it into a pocket, so you could fold it into a pocket so it would become a little pillow. But when I was crocheting a jumper, I was using rainbow pastels on the arms, like stripes, and I used this yarn, this mint yarn. I don't know why my brain just was like, what colour is this? This mint yarn on that, and then I ran out, so I had to take apart the side pocket, and when I did that, I didn't sew all of the ends in. I just like tied them all up and just left them so that I could finish crocheting my jumper, and that was in like March maybe, I don't really remember, but maybe April. But I left it for a really long time because I didn't have a purpose for this blanket, so I didn't really feel the need to rush and finish it. So I finished it this month, and I've decided I'm going to give it to my sister for her baby. I don't know if I already said that, but yeah, it's really cute. I really like it. I think this, oh, and I also didn't mention that this yarn is actually a colour changing yarn, so all of these like pink, yellow and blue stripes are all crocheted with the same yarn that's just colour changing, and I just think it looks so lovely because it looks like I've purposely striped it with different colours, but I haven't. I mean, I have striped it with obviously with the mint green, but the other different colours are all just one yarn. I think it looks really lovely and I'm really happy with it. And my sister really likes it. Everything else I actually started crocheting in this month and finished crocheting in this month, except, actually, well, I'm so bad. I lie to you guys so much. I'm not sure when I finished crocheting this. I'm not sure when I started it. I think I finished it in August, but I'm not really sure, because I decided to do this podcast only a week ago, so I wasn't keeping track of things I had made this month, but from now on I will be keeping track of what I finish and make in this month. So this is a like frog set with a top and a bag, so I'm just going to show you everything individually. So first is like this little froggy headband, and this is using the same yarn that I showed you in my knitted socks that I'm currently knitting. So this little froggy headband, this froggy boob tube. The eyes do usually, when you've got it on, they actually do quite stay up. And then the back is just this like pistachio. And this, the non-fluffy yarn is another Hayfield DK in the colour pistachio, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's that. And then this cute little bag. And this is the first ever time I've made a little bag. It's really small. It literally doesn't even fit my phone in it. It's so cute. Very happy with that set. It didn't take me very long. I think I did it in like 2 days. Oh, and I have a pattern for this. It's a like crochet so it fits you pattern. And I will, it's free. I will link the website, my website. I set up a website and it's literally only got this pattern on it. Yeah, it has it's got the free written pattern, but it also has a free PDF, because I was going to sell it, but I just don't really feel like I need to sell patterns. I'm very happy for people to make my creations. So if you're interested in making this set, or even just one of the things in the set, you can go check out that pattern. I will remember to link it down below. I will, hopefully. Okay, the next thing I have is, oh my gosh, my foot's already gone numb again. Like, how is this? My circulation is clearly extremely bad. So the next things I all have timings for, which is really great, so I can tell you actually how long it took, in case you are curious. If you aren't, and you like really hate that section, I like hate me telling how much time I spent, feel free to comment down below and say like, oh, I don't really like the timing aspect, and I will stop saying the timings if enough people say it. I mean, I'm probably not going to get very many views on this video. I talk sometimes like I have a lot of viewers, when literally the only person I know who views my videos consistently is my boyfriend, and I never get any comments. So anyway, now that little rant's over, this is a little mint chocolate chip bee that I made. I crocheted this when I was going to drop my boyfriend home. So my boyfriend lives in Essex and I live in London. So when we take him home in the car, it takes like 1.5 hours to drop him there, and then we have to drive back, so it's 3 hours. So I took a little crochet project with me. I actually only did half of this in the car because I forgot to bring a pair of scissors, so I couldn't cut my yarn, so I could only crochet up to this stripe, and then I couldn't cut the yarn for that. And I also couldn't cut yarn to attach the beads or do the blush, so I couldn't do much of it in the car. But yeah, it's this little mint chocolate chip bee. It looks really cute. I'm really happy with it. Oh, and also if you want a pattern for my bees, I make a lot of different bees, so I can definitely write a pattern for like basic bees like this one, and then also like this is the same pattern that I would use for a regular coloured bee, like this one. And then I also do different flag bees, and I could also write up how to do those depending on the number of stripes in the flag. It will change how you crochet it. This one would actually be the same as anyone with the 3-stripe flag. Well, actually, no, not exactly the same, because I'm not going to go over it. If you'd like a pattern for bees, please comment down below. I know there's loads, like loads out there. But if you still wish, like, for me to write up my bee pattern, I'm very happy to, because I really like making bees. If you saw my bee collection, you would actually be flabbergasted, because I have so many. And this took me, oh no, actually I must have crocheted only a little bit of this in the, anyway. This took me 1 hour and 16 minutes. So as I could say, as I said, I could only crochet like half of it in the car. So I only spent like half an hour on it, because I forgot to bring my scissors. Otherwise I would have finished this all in that car journey, and that would have actually been very cute. Yeah, this only took me 1 hour and 16 minutes. So they are very quick projects if you are wanting to make some. The next thing, and also it's very bizarre of me to have made 2 things that are like arigurumi, not arigurumi, because the bees aren't really, but like I don't know how to say it. But I also made another one, and this little fella, because I don't normally crochet things like this, I mostly crochet clothes. But this little fella is a little pizza cow. It's got his little tail, and he's just so cute. I will see if I can insert the screenshot of where I got the idea for this. So this was based off of a video by Doodle Date, where they were doodling, they had pizza and they were doodling, and Steph made a bunch of little pizza cows. So I decided to crochet a little pizza cow, and I was going to post it on Instagram, and I still haven't. So, do you know what? I'm going to do that today. So I'll post that today. But yeah, I'm very happy with my little pizza cow. I think he's very cute. And it took me 3 hours exactly, like literally 3 hours on the dot, to crochet this pizza cow. So again, not a very quick project, but again quite a quick one. And that it took me so long because I didn't have any pattern for this. I literally just was making it up as I went, and it turned out really cute, I think. But yeah, that's another finished object. And then I only have one more, oh no, I have 2 more objects to talk about. Another one that I don't have with me, so I'll talk about that one first. So I crocheted this very cute stitch set for a baby, and I will insert the video now of the set that I made. And I made this for my aunt, and so I gave it to her before I filmed this video because I didn't know I was going to film it. So I can't show you it in person, but I did take a video beforehand of the set. And that one took me 7 hours and 12 minutes to crochet, and I am extremely happy with how it came out. I literally I had no pattern for it, and I just made everything up as I went. And I wasn't sure about the hat. I was really worried that it wasn't going to turn out okay, but it actually turned out so cute. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. I think it looks really nice. I wasn't sure about the eyes. I actually originally, when I made it, I didn't put the eyes on the nose on, I just put the ears on. But then I showed it to her and I was like, do you want me to add the eyes? Because the picture she sent me in reference for me to make them did have the eyes and nose on the hat. And she was like, oh, could you? And I was like, yeah, sure. But I was really not sure I was going to be able to make it because I thought it wasn't going to look very cute. So yeah, I'm not sure. It was very much a, like, I wasn't very sure about that set, but it ended up looking very cute. So yeah, and she was very happy with it. So now I've got my last finished object, and I feel like I've really rushed through these because, like, I just don't have much to say about them. So this is the last finished object. It's just a skirt that I made, and I am, honestly, I have never been so happy with something I made. Okay, I'll insert the picture from Pinterest that this is based on. I saw this skirt and I was like, I am in love. And so I decided I was going to make one. like I was like, I am making this skirt. And so I did, and it came out great. I used 2 different hook sizes to do this. So I used a larger hook size to do these middle ones, and then a smaller hook size to do the 2 top and bottom ones, to make it so that it would have a little bit more space in this middle section. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it does go out and then inwards. I can't tell if you can see the whole skirt. So I finished that, and then I added this top part with the thing. And if you have, and if you've noticed, this is the same as the top that I crocheted. Well, that I am crocheting. So that's a set with this. And so yeah, I finished this skirt, and I had so much yarn. I'd really overbought yarn. I think I used, like, I want to say 1 skein of each colour, just over 1 skein of each colour, and I bought 3 skeins for this skirt of each colour. Like, I had 6 skeins, and I only used 2 of them, so I was like, no, I've got to use that yarn somehow. So I decided I'm going to make myself a top. I mean, the yarn would get used anyway because it's really lovely colours, but I was like, I'm going to make myself a top to match it, and then I can wear it as a set and it will be very cute. So yeah, I'm really happy with this project because I didn't really expect it to turn out as nice as it is. And obviously it is granny squares. Oh, and these are just basic granny squares, by the way. Again, if you want me to do not necessarily write a pattern for the whole skirt, but if you want me to write a pattern for just the granny squares, and here's a closer look if you want to try and work it out yourself, because I did just crochet regular granny squares changing colour when I needed to make it look like a heart, and yeah, they came out really nice. And yeah, I didn't really think it was going to be that good, so I am very pleasantly surprised by this skirt. So that's all of my finished objects for this month, and I now want to talk a little bit about some things that I want to make. So I'm going to take another little break. So now I want to talk about some things that I'm planning on making in the next few months. So because I was going to do a little section about like acquisitions and like things I bought, but I actually haven't really bought much this month, and if I have, it's gone straight into a cake and I don't know like where it is, like in my stash, and I can't really remember what I bought this month. So I'm going to try and keep like a note of the things that I buy, and also film a little clip of the yarn before I cake it up, because I cake all of my yarn now. I just think it looks nicer, so I would like to cake all my yarn instead of like waiting until the end of the month to show you guys. So I will film a clip of the yarn that I buy, and then I will oh my gosh, my stomach is like grumbling because I haven't had breakfast yet, but don't mind that. But yeah, so now I've got some things. Oh, and within these things that I have to make, like all of the stuff that's yarn based is stuff that I bought this month / been given this month. And I only have a few things that I have planned to make that I want to talk about. There are some other things, but they're kind of like distant future type of projects, so I don't really have much to say about them. But the first thing that I have is this 2 of a kind, I don't know if you can see that properly, it's not focusing on it properly, but 2 of a kind sock set from Hobbycraft. I don't know why I forgot the name of the shop. These are the 2 little yarns that I got, and they've got this pink and then the purple in the middle. Very lovely yarns. They're kind of scratchy for socks, but I'm hoping that once they're washed they'll feel a lot nicer. But they are 75% wool and 25% acrylic, and this is the way that they're knitted up in this picture. You can't really tell, but it is like the blue is at the cuff and then the red is at the bottom, and the pink, sorry, is at the bottom. purple, sorry, is at the bottom. My brain just like completely went numb then. And that's how I want to knit them. So I think I'm going to have to re-cake these so that the blue is the centre pole, because I want to knit them using a centre pole, because that's how I crochet, I use a centre pole. So I'm going to have to re-cake these. It comes with a pattern on the inside, but it's, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit confusing to understand. I have like read knit patterns before that were more simple, and I don't know, maybe if this is just a really confusing one, or if all of them, like all of the sock patterns are like this. But I think I'm gonna find potentially like another pattern rather than using the one that's inside here, just because yeah, I'm not sure if I understand it enough. I'm gonna try and find like a for beginners knit pattern. And because I bought that, well, I didn't buy that, my boyfriend bought those for me. I bought myself a pair of knitting needles. These are 2.5 ones because that's what it recommends in that pattern. And I watch a podcast, and she knits a lot of socks, and she also uses, oh my gosh, I feel like almost hitting myself in the face with the string bit, but she also uses 2.5s. So yeah, I decided to get myself 2.5s because I feel like they're a good thing. I'm currently practicing knitting in a magic loop because I've never done that before. I've never knit properly before, and this is actually, this pack of sock yarn is what started the whole I'm gonna knit myself some socks and I'm gonna learn how to knit, because I saw these and I've been wanting to knit for a really long time, because like I said, I've been watching a lot of knitting and crocheting podcasts, and most of them are knitting, and I've just grown so in love with knitting, and I really want to knit myself some socks, and I want to start knitting. So I saw these and I was like to my boyfriend, like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, I would love to knit a pair of socks. And he was like, if you actually will knit them, I will buy it for you. And I was like, oh my gosh, please. So he bought them, and it was supposed to be £3.50, but I have a Hobbycraft card and we got it for £1.50. So cheap, like £1.50, and I can knit a pair of socks. And then these needles were like £1 something as well. They were really cheap, but they're actually really nice. So far I've really enjoyed knitting with them. Obviously I'm not I'm not a connoisseur of knitting needles because I've never really knitted, so I don't know much, but these ones feel really nice, so I like them. And yeah, it's going quite well. I'm hoping to finish those before Christmas, but obviously it depends on how like confident I feel knitting, and right now I don't feel confident enough to use that yarn because it's the only yarn I have that is like proper sock yarn. I don't want to knit it up and then hate the socks and have to unravel it, so I'm going to try and I'm knitting using this just like thinner DK yarn. It's listed as DK, but it's quite thin. So yeah, I've decided I'm just going to try and practice that as much as I can, and then once I've decided I'm confident enough with my magic loop abilities, I think that's what it's called, then I will knit myself a pair of socks. So the next project that I have in plan? The next project I have planned, I don't know why I said it like that, is a top using this yarn. So I got this yarn from Wilko, and it was like, I want to say £2, and it's so pretty. I watched a crochet video a very long time ago, which was this girl just crocheting like a tube top with like straps, and she used the yarn, and I'm pretty sure it was a British video, and I'm pretty sure she used this yarn, and I really liked how it looked. Like, it looked gorgeous. It's like sunset colours with a little bit of purple in there, and I guess that is also a kind of a sunset colour, but I absolutely loved it. And so I picked it up and I was like, I'm gonna knit myself, oh my gosh, I'm gonna crochet myself a top with this, and I'm gonna do one of those, I think I'm gonna do one of those triangle tops, because I I've had an idea to do one of those for a really long time, but I didn't think I'd wear one because it's a bit too revealing for me. But I recently bought myself one of those triangle tops. Well, my mum bought it for me. And I've worn it a few times and I've really loved wearing it, and it's been really comfortable, and I haven't felt too like insecure while wearing it. So I'm going to crochet myself one now, because I didn't want to crochet myself one and then not wear one, because it's like a lot of time to put into something that you never wear. So yeah, there's this, and I absolutely love it. I'm so excited to crochet this. Like, I keep on looking at it like maybe I should just pick it up now. Even though I have loads of projects on the go, I'm like, oh, maybe I should just pick it up, because it's going to be such a nice easy project, just crocheting a big square and then making it into like, and I said triangle, but I meant like, you know, like they are squares. I don't know why I said triangle, but gosh, I'm so excited. It's because it's got a triangular neckline, that's why I said triangle, I think. But oh yeah, I'm really excited, I think. I've lost like so much of my energy filming this video. It's taken so much out of me talking so much. I didn't think it would, because I talk so much anyway, but I guess talking for a purpose is slightly different to just talking about stuff. And then the next one is not yarn based. This is a project based idea. But I crocheted in June this very cute cowboy hat, and this was inspired by a TikTok I saw, where I saw a guy crochet a cowboy hat. Also, I think I'm gonna like pin those up like that, but for now they're just gonna like flop. But yeah, I crocheted this in June, like I said, and I really like it. I think it's really cute. It also looks like a sun hat. But I want to make another one that is a cow print cowboy hat, because I love cow print stuff. I have a cow print top and cow print shoes. I really want a cow print dress, but I thought like it'd be really funny and like fun to have a cow print cowboy hat. So I might make one of those soon. I have had the idea for a while, but it is a little bit daunting to make it, so I'm kind of not really sure about whether I want to do it anytime soon or not, because it's a lot of like colour changes in a round, and I've never done that before. So yeah, I'm not really sure on how well that's going to go for me, like whether I'm going to do it or not. But we will see. We will see if I do it. But it is something I'm interested in doing. Something else that I'm interested in doing is crocheting a like headband that has like cow horns and cow ears, so that I can have like a little cow costume with my cow print top and then my shoes. I think it'd be very cute, because then like it's for like maybe like a Halloween party that's not like a dress up Halloween party. I can just wear that and be like, oh, I'm not dressed up, but like I am dressed up, you know what I mean? I love costumes like that, where you're like not really dressed up but you are. I love them. And I think I only have one more thing to mention, but that's also not like yarn based or anything, and I don't really have anything to show you for that. But I mentioned my thick socks that I made a few times, my knitted ones and the ones that I'm currently knitting, but they, like I said, they are very quick and easy to knit, so, and they also come out very cute. So I've decided that for Christmas I am going to knit almost every single person I know a pair of knitted socks, just those thick ones, not like super intricate ones. And I think it's going to be a success, because literally everybody I know loves slouchy socks. Like my mum, well actually not my mum, my sisters and my aunts, so they're all going to be getting a pair of slouchy socks, and I am very excited to knit them all. I have like no idea what colours I'm going to do. I do know that I'm probably going to knit my sister a pair of, my older sister a pair of pink ones, because she really likes pink. I might actually use the same pink that I'm using for her cardigan. And then I'm not really sure about my other sister, or I'm not even sure if I'm going to do it for my mum or my aunts, but you will see in the next few, you will probably see quite a few of those knitted socks as whips and potentially finished projects, because I am going to start knitting them like in September. I'm going to start knitting the Christmas socks. Well, I've actually already started because I've started knitting the ones for my aunt. So yeah, that is everything that I have. And I feel like I've actually not talked for that long. I thought this was going to take a lot longer to film, and I thought it was going to talk a lot more about stuff, but it's actually been not too long and not too bad, so I won't have to like cut down my videos at all. It should be pretty unedited. So yeah, I really hope that somebody actually enjoyed this video. I really hope that someone gets to watch it and talk about like and listen to stuff about crochet, because I know that I wish there was more crochet podcasts. I haven't been able to find barely any podcasts about crocheting. They're all about knit, which is fine because I love the knit ones too, but I would love to see somebody doing something that I can actually do. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you come back for the next one and maybe potentially subscribe if you want to. It's obviously completely optional, and like I said, I think I said at least, I will be trying to make more crochet content because I absolutely love crocheting. So I'm going to be doing crochets with me's and like potentially like not tutorials. I mean, I might make tutorials if people want them, but it's more likely going to be like basic how I made this, and like make along with me. So like how I make a cardigan, and then I'll make a cardigan with you guys. But yeah, oh, I actually just remembered I have another potential project. I really want to crochet myself a jumper for Christmas, and it's gonna be, I will put in the 2 options I have so far for the pattern. So I watched a video, actually let me show you the video first. I watched this video by this lovely lady. I will put her like thing so you can see her YouTube name, because I cannot remember for the life of me who it was, who made this pattern jumper, and I fell in love with the way she made it. Like, well, not the way she made it, but well, the way she made it, and what it looks like. And so I decided I really want to make one for Christmas for myself. So I am making one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use this snowflake pattern or if I'm going to use this penguin pattern. And I know the penguin has like something else with it, but I would just be using the penguin. I mean, I actually could use the whole pattern, but it'd be a bit too complicated for me personally. I just think it'd be a bit too much. So the penguin, it's going to be a long project, so I need to start it soon, and I need to make up my decision, like make my decision and decide what yarn I'm using. I think that what I'm going to do though is I'm just going to do the pattern up the sleeves and then have the body just be a base colour, because I think that it's just going to be a bit too much work having it be, you know, like too many like patterns all the way through. I feel like it will just be very difficult, and I feel like I'll give up on it. And I really want to make this because I've made myself a few jumpers, and well, I've made myself 1 jumper and 2 cardigans, 1 proper cardigan and then 1 that's like a short sleeve. Oh, and this is a proper cardigan. I completely forgot about this one. And I'm just looking up there because that's where my clothes are, and I hang up a lot of my crochet stuff so I can see. Well, actually no, I don't hang up a lot of it anymore. I do put a lot of it in my drawers as well. Anyway, so that's actually the end of the video. I cannot believe I've completely forgot about that jumper that I wanted to make. It's been literally in my head constantly for so long, and then all of a sudden I just poof got it out of it. And I'm going to start that probably as soon as I finish my sister's big cardigan and her little baby cardigan. Once I finish those, I am going to go straight into making that polar bear / snowflake cardigan, not cardigan, jumper. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I know I've said it like a billion times now, but I hope you enjoyed, and please leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I will respond to every single comment because I'm probably only get like 3, so I will respond. So feel free to ask anything, and if you have anything oh, also, if you have anything you want me to make, if you have like a project idea that you think of, oh, and frantic me, gosh, if you have a project idea that you think of but you don't think you'd be able to make, because maybe you're just a beginner, or maybe it's a big project and you tend to give up on stuff, or maybe it's just something that you've never done before and you're just not really sure how you would approach it, feel free to message me on Instagram, which is at Crochet Rhylie, or comment down below, and I will probably ask you for your Instagram to ask you for help. I mean, not ask you for help, but ask you to talk about it a bit more. But yeah, feel free to ask me and I will definitely let you know if I'll be able to do it. I'm gonna try and do stuff that people ask me to, like if somebody's like, oh, I really want to do this, and then I will try and make it and write up the pattern as I'm going, and then I'll be able to post a pattern for it on my makeshift website. And so yeah, please just feel free to ask me, because I love crocheting, and I would be happy to do something that you aren't really sure about making, but like I wouldn't mind making, you know. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.